I am Michael Whitehouse, the guy who knows the guy, with your Motivational Minute. So I recently made a post on Facebook, and the comments it showed me something that sort of makes me sad and a little bit upset. So let me show you what I'm talking about. First, let me show you the meme that I posted in the first place. So it's this one here. You may have seen on my wall if you follow me. Most of your adult problems can be avoided if you eat real food, regularly work out, get a second income source, find 3 real friends, live below your means, do what you love for work, don't have kids with the wrong person. Now let me read you some of the comments that I got that kind of made me sad because of what they showed. Replace your I'm poor problem with a I have no free time because I have 2 jobs and I'm still poor problem. It's really frustrating that having a second job is being viewed as necessary to a halfway decent income. It should not be normal. To which someone directly commented, that wasn't supposed to be the case when Roosevelt proposed minimum wage. Capitalism has destroyed this country. And someone else said, and it's hard to balance multiple jobs, especially part-time jobs that expect open availability. Here's the thing. It doesn't say get a second job. It says get a second income source. So the people I know who are financially successful, who control their economic destiny, who are living the American dream, have multiple income sources. And when you hear multiple streams of income, you may be thinking like, oh, I heard that in a YouTube video where they're trying to sell me something. Yeah, they do, because it's a phrase that people with money use, and people who don't have money hear it and say, ooh, maybe I can follow that. And so it's a good hook to hook you into some kind of BS scheme. But the point is that almost anyone who is wealthy has multiple streams of income. If nothing else, it's their investment income from the money in the stock market, but usually it's something else in different ways. However, we talk about capitalism destroying this country, and it's not capitalism the system, it's the capitalists, but it's the people who depend on your cheap wage labor to make themselves wealthy and to generate their multiple streams of income, who want you to believe that the only way that you can make a living is jobs. They don't want you to know that you can actually make your own money other than a W-2 job. And so as long as you believe the only way you're going to make money is in a traditional job setting, they can screw you all kinds of ways. They can screw you, as one of these commenters said, with these part-time jobs that are just below the threshold to get benefits. So now you can't get health insurance, and you can't get 401ks. You can't get any of that stuff because you're getting a 30-hour work week, which means you're not making enough money to live off of, but you can't get a second job because they're not scheduling you reliably. You're getting screwed 6 ways to Sunday, and you're doing nothing about it because you don't think there's anything you can do because that's what they want you to think. So, what I want you to know, not think, know, is that in the modern economy, there's other ways to make money than just having that crappy minimum wage job, that $15, $18 an hour job, and just scraping by. You can have a second income source. Income, not second job. You don't need a second job. Second income source. Now, there's all kinds of different income sources. I often talk about websites. Businesses out there paying $300 to $1,000 for websites that most people can make on simple platforms, Wix and WordPress and those kinds of places. There's other things you can do. You can be a copy editor, virtual assistant, Uber even. I wouldn't necessarily recommend Uber in the Corona COVID environment, but that's a side hustle some people do, and some people find it fun. If you find it fun, do it. If you don't find it fun, don't do it, because then it's pretty miserable. But there's plenty of other things that you can do depending on your skills. And I have yet to meet someone. I've yet to meet a single person who I talk to and say, oh, yeah, looks like you don't have any skills you monetize. Sorry, you're out of luck. Everyone has something that they can do, and almost all of them can do it from home because of this internet thing that we've got here that I've been running my business off of. Not even a very good computer. It's just an adequate computer off a decent internet connection. Doesn't matter. The internet is so robust at this point, and we have a knowledge economy. We have an economy where most of what we do is push data from here to here and do stuff to it. So they want you to think. Yeah, now one of those people saying, they don't want you to know this. They want you to think this. Well, yeah, okay. So they, and who are they? They are your employers as a whole, not your individual boss. But, the people who are enriched by the system as it is, who are living on the backs of people who aren't making enough money because they've created this really cockamamie economy, which isn't even stable or sustainable, because as we saw in the 1920s and the Great Depression, when you deallocate or you disproportionately have inequitable wealth, then the system is going to eventually collapse because the consumers can't afford to buy the stuff that the capitalists are selling. So ultimately it is going to fall apart under them. But what's going to save America and save capitalism is when we start to discover that we can actually make our own money, and we don't need to get a W-2 job, and we don't need to work 9 to 2, because you can't even get a 9 to 5 job, but that you can actually build your own business or series of businesses or freelance work, and that there's a number of opportunities. And yes, should we be able to get a job and work 9 to 5 for 40 years and support ourselves? Sure, fine. You know how long that exists in human history? About 25 years. From 1950 to 1975 that worked. Prior to 1950 it didn't. After 1975 it didn't. It's a completely anomalous concept that you could just go work for someone else and be fine. Fortunately, we still live in a land of opportunity where you can actually launch a business at will, do what you want. Yeah, we got tax codes, we got all this screwy stuff going on here. But there's still tremendous opportunities, and especially the internet, geography doesn't even matter. If you live in an area where wages are really low, sell to an area where they've got money. If you live in Georgia, sell to New York. If you live in Kenya, sell to New York. There's people with money and you can reach them through the internet. So what I want people to understand, I know I'm getting a bit ranty and I'm doing it on purpose because I'm hoping that someone's going to listen and say, wow, wait, no, I can do that, right? I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow. There's a little bit of ramp up time, but start thinking about what you can do in addition to it to start taking control into your own hands, because now that is what the modern economy allows you to do. If you realize you can do it, which they don't want you to, but I'm telling you about it. I'm Michael Whitehouse. Thank you so much for listening. I do hope that you will join the new Facebook group that I've created, which is Confident, Connected, and Influential. Facebook.com/ConfidentConnected. And because that's a place to talk about these ideas, to share these ideas and these resources. And also please do sign up for the email list, guywhoknowsaguy.com/subscribe. I really appreciate you listening, and I hope that you will think about this, share this with your friends, maybe watch it again, and I want to hear what you think. You agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think I'm blowing smoke? Or do you say, that Michael, I think he's got something going on there. What do you think? Tell me in the comments right down there below. I'm Michael Whitehouse. Thanks for listening.